Hello everyone, my name is Relax and Panic.
And I am Most Evil Lifeform.
And we are still reacting to RWBY, Season 5, Episode 11. And, well...
we discussed so much in the last one, so let's go.
Yeah, just jump in. Finally. Those are the words I want to hear. What? Who is God? I just realized that in the scene there, where they're standing back to back, there's Yang and her mother, Raven. Mm-hmm. Yang is grumping, you know, like, and Raven is smiling. Okay.
That's an interesting perspective we never
That's
had before.
That's a new one. Because now it is from the front.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't think we had that one before.
Mm-mm.
And it's huge. And there it is. The crow walk again.
Is this the meeting, like?
Possibly? Yeah, it seems like. Question is if they prepared the others, that it might be an ambush.
Had to.
Why, hello.
Nice.
Thank you for coming. There seems to be more of you than last time.
Hey, you know what they say, the more the merrier. So what's going on with the council?
Why did you bring your weapons?
I hide mine.
I hide mine, yeah.
We're huntsmen. Are you okay?
Of course, sorry. Just haven't had my evening coffee.
Look, it's nice to see you.
Hi, Raven.
Are we getting support from the council or not?
Mom?
Wow! That's not the nicest hello.
Raven. They really are magic.
If you're going to shoot me, shoot me. That was insulting.
What are you doing here?
I could ask you the same thing. You've been scheming, little brother. Planning to attack your own sister.
Leo, what have you done?
Leo did what any sane person would in his position. He looked at all the information he had in front of him, assessed the situation, and made a choice. And it seems you all have too.
You have the Spring Maiden.
I do.
Then hand her over and let's work together. We can beat Salem.
All that time spent spying for Ozpin and you still have no idea what you're dealing with. There is no beating Salem.
You're wrong. We've done things that most people would call impossible. And I know the only reason we were able to do it is because we didn't do it alone. We had people to teach us. People to help us. We had each other. Work with us. At least I know we'll have a better chance if we try together. Please.
You sound just like your mother.
That had to be. Wow, what the heck?
Hello, boys.
It's a clever use of.
Cinder.
Come on,
Not the
guys.
spring
Is that
maiden.
any way to greet your old friends?
Everybody stay calm.
Oh no.
Hello, Hazel.
White Fang is prepping demolition and securing the school grounds. No one's getting in. And no one is getting out.
All the bombs.
Wow.
Once the charges are set, move back to perimeter watch. Tonight, Haven falls.
That's a new outfit.
This was all just a trap?
It appears so.
Raven, tell me, how long have you been with them?
Aw, don't take it personally, little bird. Your sister was a recent addition. The lion, on the other hand. Entrance into the Vital Festival was a real treat. But Leonardo's been sending Salem all sorts of information for a very, very long time. Isn't that right, Professor?
Stop it.
It was you. You sit on the Mistral Council. You had information on every huntsman and huntress in the kingdom, and you gave it all to her. I couldn't find any of them, because you let her kill them.
Oh, now, don't beat yourself up about it, Lionheart. I'm sure Tyrion and Hazel would have found them on their own eventually.
What is wrong with you? How can you be so broken inside? To take so many lives, and then come here and rub it in our faces like it's something to be proud of?
John?
Oh, with that damn smile on your face!
Everybody stay calm.
Emerald.
I'm gonna make you pay for what you did! Do you hear me?
Kid.
Well, say something!
Who are you again?
Oh!
That's a mean one.
Yeah, we still need to see his semblance too.
John!
You're not getting near her.
With one arm.
Hey there, Blondie. I'm thinking you owe me an apology for my leg. Don't you think?
Take out the heiress. Don't bother wasting your power.
Oh, there she is.
Yeah, where did she come from?
Running away.
I haven't
was
seen
one
her
thing,
entering.
but this, you've crossed the line.
Possibly
Sorry.
behind Cinder, but
Sometimes family disappoints you like that.
it's a lot of fights.
Were we ever?
I thought so. But I guess I was wrong.
Let's see what the Schnee name really means.
I'm more than a name.
Prove it.
Which leaves Hazel and Oz. Yeah. Oh no! Not
Fight either of you.
Nor I you.
But we will if you're with her.
Also something from the group.
And he said, "I don't want to fight you."
Yeah.
That's interesting.
He and Oz.
Possible.
They will have a talk, I guess.
Young man, I don't know who you are or what you think you're doing, but for your sake, I suggest you leave.
Oh my.
Now. I'm warning you. That's enough!
Oh, that's an interesting one.
Nice.
Ooh, the shield.
Husband?
Not quite.
It's Oscar. Okay. They're just beating him to a pulp.
Yeah, that I didn't score. He's a lion.
I knew you would be back.
Failed.
Yeah.
Made it here. You found Crow. How?
Leo, what happened to you?
Wait. You can't have had this form for long. You're not really Ozpin right now. Boy. Child. If I deliver you to Salem, she'll have to be pleased with me. And I can finally get out of all of this. I can finally be free.
What do I do?
Fight.
Eat.
I like that they are not like disappearing. Like,
Yeah, he's. Oh.
Don't think I'm going to let you take the easy way out.
I'm starting to remember you. You're the dense one that can't tell when he's out of his league.
The damsel in distress.
Dense.
Yeah, but damsel in distress would be fitting as well.
Why are you doing this? Salem!
I don't care about Salem, but I owe Cinder everything. You want to fight her that bad? Be my guest.
Oh, illusion time.
Ooh.
It's a mean one.
Are you gonna let
And she's not
her
even
die
using the
too?
main spell.
Stop messing with me!
Didn't understand the words.
If that's what you want.
Left arm.
Fall off and see Grim. Would be my guess.
Possible.
Did you think you actually had a chance against me? You? You're just a failure with a death wish.
If I die buying them time, then it's worth it. They're the ones that matter.
You think so?
She's just letting him stay there.
Well, she kills the others in front of him.
That's the spear. A little bit of Pyrrha. There was way too much like the scene with Pyrrha.
I don't think so.
It was something hits you, is inside you, then vaporizes. As the arrow did, it just vanished, and then she vanished. But
well, the thing is, but she didn't vanish at that point. She was like Cinder was having her arm attached, and then she
yeah, sure. She touched her head in the crap. Well,
I'm still thinking that we probably see Sean's semblance.
Might be, if it is a healing semblance
yeah,
right now.
I'm still in the like this having the feeling that he of some sort, because of what he is, he's just currently, I don't think, in the right emotional status for it.
There were. Okay, let's start at the beginning. First thing, what the heck did Crow and Ozpin do? I mean, they knew it was a trap, and in my opinion, there was not really much of a preparation there.
No, it was not. And I mean, it sadly also looked that I was really confused. Like, it looked like, okay, they were informed, but they weren't. I mean, that they didn't know that Raven was included is something which I see, okay, this was a surprise moment.
Sure.
But that Lionheart is, that something is going on, and that some things are off. They talked about it.
Yes. So
And I mean, they brought their weapons. They were prepared. They were knowing that something is going on. Otherwise, they wouldn't be like in...
I can only guess that they estimated something like that. He has some mercenaries there or stuff, I don't know. But they didn't seem to be prepared for the fact that Cinder was appearing. Or any of Salem's men there.
Well, the thing is, they were not around. I can't imagine that Crow was like searching the place, but they were not around, so they were safe. But what he was not calculating is that Raven helping them, and they were simply arriving. Yeah. That would be my guess. But still, the preparation is pretty weak.
Which, by the way, explains why the Spring Maiden is there. Raven can only open portals to persons she's bound to open, and I guess she opened the portal to the Spring Maiden. Otherwise, she would have had to be bound to Cinder or one of them, and I don't think so.
Yeah, but the thing is, the Spring Maiden was not coming through the portal.
She came through as the last one, possibly while they were talking, and they didn't show it. That's a little bit weak. They didn't show it.
Conveniently, poof.
Yeah, but I like the usage of the portal to throw a fireball through. That was clever. That was unexpected.
I mean, it was also for the cinematic purpose, because, you know, it was not like, okay, by the way, as soon as I open a portal, please shoot the fireball.
Possibly. But yes. So, Crow Oz, well, they said, let's get the weapons there, but apart from that, really no preparation. So, I mean, the question is, what can you prepare in such a case? They do
not go there in the first place?
They wanted to know what's going on. That's the thing.
But the thing is, you can know what's going on by having it more sneaky, sneak into his office,
especially
spy on him, right?
Yeah.
Especially because this is Crow's speciality, to spy.
Yes. So the question is, if any, I'm thinking about if any one of them has the ability to like move away. Then, so maybe like they don't have Blake with them. So otherwise, I would have said like Blake just leaving a shadow clone and disappearing once stuff happens. But the best thing would have been to send someone in who's able to get out without having to fight. You know. Someone with such an ability, but they don't have one there as far as I know at the moment.
But RWBY is the fastest one. Her semblance would allow it to like that she is too quick to be catched.
But then on the other hand, it would mean that Oz and Crow would have to send her in, and I don't know if they would be willing to do that at the moment.
I mean, in the first place, I wouldn't have sent someone in first place. I would have like, okay, let that meeting pass and just watch. And in the background, looking around. I mean, they would have seen if they would have simply waited to what
Lionheart does.
That's right.
Next. Yeah.
So sometimes it's best to not like walk into a trap if you know it is one.
Well, the thing is, if you know a trap, you can turn it, and there's this saying that you repay the dose double in such a case. But they didn't have they have no one else supporting them there. They are completely alone. There are no other guardsmen around or huntsmen or anyone that helps them. So that's the main problem. And by doing so, I think it was pretty weak that they just went in. I agree there. I can see that they wanted to know what's going on, but I wouldn't have gone in full force. I would have sent in, as example, Crow, because he's the ability to turn and then just fly out of the window. You know, stuff like that. Prepare, go in sooner, open up a window. Once Leo's there, just fly around multiple times, see what's going on. Stand as far away as possible and say, so what's going on? Just, you know, straight to his face, we know you're lying. What's going on? But no, they walked into a trap, and right now it...
I would have, for example, also expected, like, or not expected, but I would have liked to see that Oz confronts Lionheart sooner. And not, like, till the latest point. I mean, yes, the point of surprise would not be any different.
Yes. Well,
like he could even go there and say like, hey, I'm a child. I discovered this and I want to become a huntsman, but the academy is empty. Can you help me? You know, like in this way, to simply figure out what is going on, or to at least have a reason to get there.
He could have gone there and said, hey, are you Professor Lionheart? Yes, why boy? Well, Crow sent me to ask what's going on. You know, like, and then what would Leo do? I mean, that's the thing. They didn't know to this point that
just sent him away.
Yes, maybe, but he could have a face-to-face and maybe catch something.
Yeah.
So, well, however, it turned into a fight. They are rigging the school with explosives, a lot of them, which, I mean, if you're Lionheart, seriously, they are putting explosives on your school.
I don't think that he is aware of it. And the next thing is they have Raven that can escape through a portal.
Sure.
They would escape and then blow the whole thing up.
Hazel stated it when he came in. We have put explosives all over the school. No one gets in, no one gets out. That's what he said. And Lionheart did not really react to that in any way. So
he knew about it and they have an escape plan, or they think, okay.
He's completely under their control. And they even rubbed this into his face that, you know, he sent all his huntsmen to die.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a point where you got to ask yourself, what is wrong with you? I mean, I understand he's afraid. I understand he thinks he cannot win.
He's a coward.
But that's so much more when you send your own men to die because you're afraid. And it's not like he said you don't have to work anymore or you have to leave the country. He sent them to their demise.
Yeah, he actively told them where they would find them.
Yes, and I can agree with his opinion that he did things, as he said last episode, that Oz will never forgive, because right now I see he is afraid and everything, but that is so
right now,
wrong.
exactly in that very moment, he is not even like, okay, asking for forgiveness. He's rather calculating, okay, what would be my benefit? Okay, I could bring you to Salem and then I'm out. I'm not sure. I mean, this is a very stupid idea. He didn't appear that stupid to me, because he will never be out of it. I mean, come on.
Salem, yeah, she will never let go. So right now, even if he would turn sides, again, I don't see that anyone could ever trust him. And honestly, he has to go to prison or anything like that, because he did kill people. He didn't do it actively himself, but he sent them into the trap. So
but
he's out.
What I would see what they do in the future is that something similar like with Ilya happened. Decide like, okay, they have the remorse, like they will win. He is in remorse. He takes and acknowledge, okay, I will do anything, and Oz will say, okay, I forgive you, but he will still go to prison because he says, I did all those horrible things. I want to like make up for it or some sort. You know, this would be like, I mean, This is very boring, by the way. It's not saying that I would like to have this to happen, but this would be my expectations from the current.
But it would be too easy, on my opinion, too easy. I mean,
sure.
I'm not someone who's carrying a grudge. But it's one thing if you do wrong things because you believe in something, you know, as Ilya did. She believed it, or she saw no other way, and she did some stuff which she possibly will have to pay for in the future as well. If there are things she did.
I expect her to die, to be honest.
Yeah, I see why. I think the same about Leo, that she's going to prison, but...
She will die against Adam.
It is...
That would be my...
Yes. But he was kind of convinced of it, or she made a decision, then she stood on the way. He is not really on the side, he just throws away everything.
He's selfish.
He's completely selfish, yes.
Yeah, that's the difference.
That's it, yeah, thanks.
That he is completely doing this for his own sake. I mean, he didn't even do it to protect his huntsmen. Like
just the opposite. Yeah. Just the opposite right now.
He sold everything to save himself. So that is the main difference. Well, Ilya is fighting in her mind for a greater goal. He is not fighting for a greater goal. He's not even supporting the side of Salem. He's just supporting himself in the sense of just want to survive. I just want to get out of this alive.
And he's backstabbing. That's the difference. Ilya wasn't really backstabbing. Ilya even came clean to Blade before she attacked the parents.
But she was making a trap by
but she was on the opposite side clearly.
Which is again, by the way, Ilya had a trap. They have a trap. We currently see this is something which I currently disappoints me a little bit with this current season. You have a repeating pattern. You have a trap, people run into it, and people get out of it, fighting, and you get out of it.
Possibly next episode as well, get out of it.
Yeah.
It's very unlikely that Weiss is dying, although that would be really much of a surprise, but I don't think so at all.
I don't think so either. There is something going to happen.
Maybe
it's... The thing is, the Oz has the ability to give stuff. Either that... So I would assume that he has the ability to somehow save her, but and the thing is, for Pyrrha he wasn't around.
Yes.
And he was probably also, his body was gone at that point.
Yeah.
So, but I would because it also fits more in this moment, because John was jumping in and this was happening because he said as long as they are safe, that this drives him to another level he's
a defender. He's a defender.
I would say that in the next episode we see something happening with Jean, that he is somehow able to save her.
Her possibly more. Save is a little bit too late. She was hit.
Yeah, but saving in the sense of that she's not dying. By the way, the way she was hit, I wouldn't say it was not deadly. I would not say.
It depends on if you study the human body. That might be a very dangerous zone because it's a kidney possibly. And a ripped kidney is death.
Yeah, sure, but I don't think we are in that detail. But
it's not in the heart. It's not in the brain. You will survive.
Right. Not I think, wasn't it Pyrrha who was directly in the heart zone where you could really see that this is the chest?
Yes.
This was okay, this is final. Well, for Weiss, they didn't do that, and I think, Cinder had the time to
which is a bit strange. Yeah. I'm not sure if she would have missed there.
I don't think so either. She's a very skilled fighter.
Yeah. What was interesting for me there is one thing. So Cinder in the past had a bow and arrows, but now she has a problem that she can use only one arm, as it seems. So she fights with one arm with the sword, strong enough to parry a jumped-in, double-handed attack from John. That's impressive. So she's strong as heck right now, possibly due to the Maiden's powers. I give the same to Spring.
And to the Grim powers,
and possibly to the Grim powers. And thus she has only one arm. She cannot use bow and arrows anymore. So she uses one-handed ranged weapon, which was a spear. Which in the past was the weapon of Pyrrha as well.
I think it was also a similar design, I would assume.
A little bit. It had a little bit of those Greek design, but not completely. It was
not
more...
completely.
Pyrrha's was a straight one for the shaft, and hers was very much with lines in it, and fiery because of her firepower. So this crystallized...
the thing is, which also annoys me a little bit with Cinder, is she currently goes more and more in a way which is not clever. This annoys me. She was such a clever villain before.
Yes.
And especially in this season, she gets more and more like, okay, the
direct.
typical... No, not direct. But the thing is, yeah, she could have killed Jean. But no. It's more for, okay, I want to have...
Punish.
Yeah, I want to see you suffer.
Yeah.
And this
makes no sense, yeah.
This is so...
But that's the thing I said like 2 episodes ago, when she had Raven on a plate and the Maiden. She had both of them there. They couldn't escape.
Yeah.
They were overpowered by the group that Cinder came along, and she was talked into instead going for them.
But this was more for me like, okay, she wants to play and she was after Ruby. But this is not even after Ruby, and this is not a play.
She's not fighting against after Ruby.
And this is...
She's fighting against Jean.
This is so... to me, this takes away so much from Cinder. And it really makes me sad. Because Cinder was such a cool villain. And now she becomes really like...
Yeah.
And especially those characters can be played on. Because you can use their... you know, spleen, or however you want to call it, against them. What Raven did, by the way.
Yes. So that's one thing for sure. I agree. It could have been the end of Jean there in this moment. Instead, she went for Weiss, which was already completely down.
Yeah.
I mean, she already lost against the Spring Maiden massively. So that's another thing. Not necessary, but there are other things in this episode. So I like the fact that we have a lot of fights. I like it because I like to see them fight. I like the fighting styles and see their powers. But then there was a scene with the silver eyes again, and my reaction, my immediate thought was like, meh. Seriously, sorry. So she sees, Ruby sees someone is being, in this case was John, endangered by Cinder. So and you could see by the way she moved, by time slowing and a little bit of, I think, music soundtrack stuff in the background, not sure, that they wanted to remind of the scene with Pyrrha. So, and that it came back. But it was out of nowhere. And it was just, no, and
this was down. Again what we discussed before, that they never discussed again her ability, and never trained in
like that.
And it would have been so useful if they would have simply, I mean, they had several days preparation, and it's okay. Oz already said he wanted to train them, and he especially talked with Ruby to train her, but nothing.
Yes. So that was something. It surprised me that it happened. I didn't expect it to be in there at all. I didn't expect the silver eyes to pop out now. I thought like maybe in the finale, something like that, maybe. But
I would not say that I didn't expect it, but it was not very well done, I would say.
Exactly. It was badly set up, in my opinion. It was wasted in very many ways. I mean, okay, they showed that when she does it, Cinder grabbed her arms.
Especially how easy it is to interrupt.
Yes,
that was
just
the thing.
Just one in the back.
And done. It's not like, you know, because if she is in this emotional state does not simply end. Either she was now unconscious completely, but she was not. And just with being hit, I would assume that it even pushes it further, because the the emotional pain, physical pain comes on top. And then sure, you are on the floor and everything, but she was like screaming and whatnot, and it would completely go out of control.
Easily interrupted with one slash.
And slaps them.
Or shot, I'm not sure.
And this is enough to simply interrupt this ability.
Which makes sense. I mean, you lose concentration and everything, but it was just like, what was that?
That was not for concentration. She didn't need concentration for this to happen. She needed emotion in this moment.
But there was no, in my opinion, no setup for this emotion. Because she just turned and saw them and instantly went into this mode. And this makes no sense. If that would have been like, everyone is standing back, that would have been way better. Everyone is standing back while Jean and Salem are fighting. And,
Salem?
I'm sorry, man. Cinder. And Crow and the others are holding the other girls back. And Cinder states to her, stand back, let me handle it. So you have a fight of those two, and the others are watching and waiting for the opportunity. And you see how Cinder, bit by bit, chops Jean down. And you could have always put the camera back to Ruby, how she more and more gets emotional until this moment. So we have a setup that we see, wait a moment, something's happening. But this was like turning around, oh my god,
it is
superpower!
Also like everyone was in their fight, and everyone suddenly, oh, something is happening.
Yes.
And this is something...
well, they wanted to point it out.
Yeah, but you don't need that, and
Yes.
especially because they were all on the.
And you don't stop in a fight. You're dead if you do.
Yeah, right. Especially because even the side of Sinner stopped fighting for
As
no
well,
reason.
yeah.
Because I mean, it would have even be enough that the guys fight further, and as soon as they recognize that Weiss is having the spear in her, they could still like, oh my god, what is happening, and then being like crushed down,
Yes.
and then hold with
Yes.
knife on throat or something, and they
Anything
don't move.
like that, yeah.
Yeah, but not like, oh, we stopped doing whatever we did right now and watch.
And
like
watch our boss
and watching.
rock.
And no one is like, I mean, RWBY had beside her silver eyes still the ability to like, with the speed that she has,
Yes, she could have run in
to
there.
intervene. So they're really, okay, I need to calm down.
Yeah, well, but in this case, we very often argue about different opinions, but I agree here. I liked a lot of this fighting ideas about the setup that they have like pairs of enemies, which was okay. Although it is...
Railroading.
Yes, let me finish, please. Although they're all into one room. But then the fight itself was very meh. The fight between Weiss and the Springmane was cool, was nicely done. The fact that you can see that Weiss can be very easily interrupted in many things. So summoning her knight, which looked cool, crouching out of the ground, just by hitting her once makes sense. But you could see that she's not up to the power level of a Spring Maiden, although the Spring Maiden didn't use any abilities.
Yeah.
She just used pure strength
That
and
was
her
also
weapons.
very surprising. Like, I mean, okay, but this also shows that how skilled the Spring Maiden is, how powerful they are.
Yes, although we do not know if the fact that you inherit the powers of a maiden maybe increases your physical abilities as well, in the meaning of power, strength, and fortitude. That might be. It might be. Gives you more there. I mean, we've seen...
I would assume.
If you remember Ember as Fall Maiden, she in melee kicked the ass of Cinder, Mercury, and Ember at the same time. So possibly it is, and it would explain why Cinder is able to one-armed wielding this sword. Although, as we agree, it might be additionally the power of a Grimm in her. So, but that's okay. We have seen the fight of Hazel and
Nora /
Ren, exactly.
Which is all again in the intro.
Yes, that is the one from the intro, correct? This one?
Not just this one. It's also the one, what was the other? Weiss against the Spring Maiden.
Yes,
is in the intro.
True.
What
a lot
were
of
the
those.
others? Yeah.
So, what is always interesting for me is that Hazel is blocking everything with his arms alone. Unless he has like armor below his clothes. What the heck? You know, I mean, that's a hammer, and that's blades he's blocking. Maybe a semblance that he can like fortify his body, stuff like that. Possible.
Or super strength, which like also hardens the skin or something.
Yes, might be. So then we had Leo, which was interesting. What kind of a weapon he has? So it's like
a shield.
Yeah, but not really used as a shield.
He did use a lot as a shield.
Yes, but it is. It seems to be more like a major concept of like a plate where he summons magic or stuff upon it, and so I'm not sure. He had it flat and then summoned this meteorite or whatever on it exactly and threw it. So
it's
interesting
both.
idea.
Both. I like it also because it again is a reference to Lionheart, like a knight of some sort who has like a shield. So what I'm currently, I mean, it's a very cool concept, and it's also like, okay, looks like it was made from Atlas because of all the different colors. We have just seen this currently just in Weiss, the weapon of Weiss, with the color wheel, you know.
I mean, it is that he has different versions of dust embroidered there, possibly, but that doesn't have to mean it's Atlas. I mean, this kingdom did that as well.
No, what I mean is fabricated in Atlas. That was.
I don't think so either. But we agree to disagree there.
Yeah.
We haven't seen anything of Crow and Raven, so seeing that they both can turn into birds, that would be a good option to get those two out of the building and fight outside. Why not? Although I don't know. I mean, and they reacted nothing at all to where everyone else stood and watched. So I guess they are not in the building anymore, possibly. because we rigged the whole building with explosives doesn't matter to people who turn into birds.
I'm still waiting for something there, because Raven, they talked about it. She
wants to use them.
Yeah, there is something going on. I'm not sure what. And I don't. The thing is, okay, I don't think that she hates her brother that much. This feels so off for me a bit, because they disagree and they are not on the same level in the sense of what their goals are. But it never felt like a personal despise.
No. She said to the Spring Maiden that she wants to use this fight that we see right now
to get out.
To get out, exactly. That everyone is busy, and in this moment she gets out, and the tribe as well. Which so that would mean multiple stuff. This fight would have to go on a very long time, because the tribe is not so easily moving within some minutes. The second thing is the Spring Maiden is still there, and she is important to her. So that's a question. Why is she still there? I would have guessed that Raven gets the Spring Maiden out as well, or just doesn't even get her in there.
It could be that during the chaos that she makes a portal and leaves with the Spring Maiden, though.
Maybe. But those have been fighting. Ruby was fighting against Emerald, and that's an interesting one, because Emerald once again clearly showed, in my opinion, that she's not on the side of Cinder and Salem because she believes in them and their cause. She's there because
she owes them.
She owes to Cinder especially. So it is the thing that you will never have to feel hungry against stuff like that. So Cinder gave something very important to her.
Emerald.
And I think it is not only food. There has to be more.
I guess that this is like a life-saving thing, because she was probably that hungry that she would diet or some sort.
Maybe. Although
I mean, hunger can be a very devastating thing, which leads. I mean, people are eating, have been eating other people because. So it's a very depending. I mean, it was obviously a very devastating situation she was in.
Yeah.
And I guess you were very thankful for a person who puts you out of there.
Yeah. So when the moment was where Jean stated that he cannot believe how sick those people are in their brains, that they're enjoying the fact that they killed huntsmen, that they
rubbing it in their face.
Yes, rubbing and stuff like that. We had a picture of all of the three of the former evil gang. So we had Cinder, Emerald, and Mercury. So there was one thing pretty clear. There was one when I just said Emerald. So you could see she didn't have much facial emotion, but you could see that she didn't like it. The fact that she kind of approved, I guess, with his opinion. You could see Mercury, who was completely happy with it. He was like grinning.
Yeah, but we also concluded that he is some sort of psycho or sociopath.
Yes, that's exactly the way he likes it. And for Cinder, it was a little bit mixed. She was grinning in the beginning, and then she stopped and answered him there. She was more than normal. So she's somewhere half between, I think.
I don't know. The thing is, that Cinder changed for me. This character is different from what we originally learned, and they changed her in a way I don't like it.
Although we don't know if it might have to do with the fact that she was trained by Salem. So maybe the new powers made it. Maybe the training from Salem did something
for me,
to her.
The thing is, okay, that she was different before of the incident, before RWBY. And yeah, I understand her rage on RWBY, but I don't understand her sadistic tendencies she shows.
Yes.
This is the thing. Okay, yeah, you can have a development there, and that she is like one. This is why I was okay that she argued with Raven, because it was because of getting RWBY in a place, and I expected, as we discussed it already, that she goes against RWBY.
And she didn't.
Yeah. And this is where it currently starts to break from me apart, this whole reasoning, that the incident on this roof with the silver eyes hurt her that much, and that she is raging against RWBY and wants revenge. And this is currently in this very situation completely broken and is replaced by, I just want to hurt people.
Yeah. Because she goes after Jean because he makes the first step. And so she...
and she can finish him quick. She could like, leave me alone. I want to have
this
one.
And then go for, like Tyrion did in the past.
Yeah.
He said, you don't matter to me, you are interesting, but I'm here for you. And went for RWBY. So, kind of expected that as well. So that was a little bit surprising here. If she would have stated something like, I want her, but I like to punish her by killing off all her friends before. That's why I start with you. Like Adam did with Yang. And that would have made some sense, but so it is strange right now.
Yeah, especially because he said, okay, the others are more important. So it's like, I'm killing off those to punish you, but he is like really unimportant for her. She even states it. I don't even remember. Yeah. So there is actually no reason there to have this like bond to have joy from that. And this is what I think is going wrong there. That if she would have done it to punish Ruby, I agree, this would have made more sense. And it doesn't make sense to like, okay, I'm killing now others to punish Jean. Had never a relationship of some sort. And I mean, he was not even seeing it when Pura was dying, so he knows that she was it. That's why he's going for her. But from her perspective, he is like really like,
unimportant.
Be gone.
Well, so if you see that this episode merely consists of fighting, there's a lot we had, to criticize about. It is on a high level. It's not like this is complete garbage. None at all. I liked it still. And I liked the fighting and the what they did, which people fight against each other. They showed us a little bit background about characters. We haven't seen a lot of Yang and Mercury yet either. So there, we are still in for the rematch. You owe me a leg,
Which is not even true.
Yeah, well...
Yeah, it's a play on the thing, yeah.
Thank you.
And it's to provoke it and stuff, and to do the same thing as before.
But there's a lot which is strange, and maybe we'll learn.
Yeah, that's why I throw the word railroading again when you were speaking, because this is, again, I could feel, we want this pairing and this pairing and this pairing, because it makes a cool constellation and such. And this is the thing is with railroading, it just feels forced to get to a certain result instead of a natural flow of a story. And I think this is the biggest issue I have currently.
One thing I have here is a problem, but that is a minor thing, but something I just came to my mind. We have two teams there, and within seconds they split into pairs fighting against each other. I would have loved to see a team fight. Really see them work together. One is being attacked, the other one is parrying from,
like in
stuff
the first,
like that.
Second season, second season, it was fights.
Yes, because they were...
We haven't seen that in a very... We have never seen that again, actually.
We have never seen a team fight since then. We have only seen a team versus one enemy. A team versus Tyrion. A team versus the Nuclevi.
True.
But we have never seen a team versus team.
Yeah.
Because this is what Team RWBY and Team Juniper as well learned and trained to use their powers with each other to increase their ability. And by being split this way, they completely lost this opposite, this benefit. That's why Weiss has problems, because as harsh, as tough as she is as a fighter and as cool skills she has, we have seen in the past, and we agreed there, she's the perfect support character. She can give haste, she can give kind of shields by putting ice wards in the way, or as a ramp to speed up the, as example, Yang. So this is missing completely, and in my opinion, it would have been a good opportunity to do it for both sides to see.
That's true.
So, little bit of wasted opportunity there, possibly by wanting to show the one-on-one fights they wanted to show. I don't know.
It's just like, okay, missed opportunities is a good word for it. Railroading is a good word for it. It's just like, it's just, I would say, it's not bad, it's weak. It's simply, okay, we see you wanted to have this and this result, and the way you get there is just like, we just do this without any further thinking a little bit,
And the things, by splitting them into single pairs fighting against each other, even the 4-on-1 matches we had against Tyrion, as example, they a little bit used the abilities to buff themselves by, as example, Ruby shooting Nora with the electrical charged bullet. So stuff like that is missing too.
Or that Weiss enables them to run very fast, or to get up on
something like that.
But I think we made our point.
Okay, I think so too. Please don't hate on us, but this time I really have to agree with her. It is a little bit weak. I don't like to say that, because I really love the series, and I still do. I just hope that it gets more, it improves on these ideas.
I mean, the thing for me is, okay, if I know it is super hard to create stuff, and I know it is super hard for animations, and I guess also for the team fights, it's very hard to make a choreography and everything in the animation. So this all is considered, no worries. I see that there is a lot of effort and work into it, but I also see, okay, there is opportunity, and it's sad that you didn't take it. And I think that's mainly it.
Yeah. That's it for this time. As always, if you want to see our next reaction already, hopefully you can go to my Patreon. Well, because I'm pretty sure we will have to stop recording today.
Pretty late already, yeah.
Yes, we still have a little bit to do, but we try our best to find a time slot for the last 2 episodes of Season 5, and maybe later on for some more music reactions, Season 2 and further on. So feel free to check if my Patreon has already the next episode. I don't know yet. And please leave comments. Tell us what you think about this fight. Do you agree that as a team fight it would have been more interesting? Or would you like to see more one-on-one actions? Stuff like that, because I think that is one of the major questions. What is it? Do you like some specific characters against each other, or do you like teams against each other? Would be interesting to know. So, leave a comment, leave a like, please subscribe. And I will see you next time, and Eva will as well.
Yeah, and he has Facebook, by the way.
And he has Facebook, by the way, so you're free to join me there as well. So this is all for now. My name is Relax and Panic.
And I am Most Evil Lifeform.
Goodbye, and out.
Bye.